I bow to all the seekers the seekers of truth are a special category of people. As just now Mr. Graham has told you that we have a center within us which is called as Nabhi center or the navel center, which gives us the capacity to seek. First we seek in money, power, all ego stuff, and then ultimately we find that all these things do not give us the joy that we are trying to find out. So in all the affluent countries, it's very surprising that people are much more frustrated than in the countries where there is still people have to climb the higher levels of material life. Now, when all these centers are there within us, we are made in our evolution in such a beautiful way. All these centers were established within us. So one can ask a question, what is the purpose of making this instrument so beautiful? Everything, every instrument we make has a purpose. For example, this instrument which I am using now has a purpose. But unless and until it is put to the mains, it does not work. So the purpose of human life is only manifested when it is put to the mains. And that's why all the scriptures have said that you are to be born again. Of course, some people can just mentally believe that they are born again. This is the biggest problem of human beings, that they live with concepts. They have a concept of something, some mental understanding about something, and they just start believing it. Yes, it was said that you have to believe that there is God. It was also said you have to believe that Christ is the Son of God. That was a good thing. That was said. But it was never said that you have to believe that you are a realized soul. Some of them believe that they are Christ. If you want to believe into something, you can believe into whatever we like, because our thought cannot be controlled. It can go to any extent. And with this kind of a faith, when people start doing things, you have seen how all such proclamations have failed and have shown to be absolutely fruitless. So if you just mentally believe into something that I am such and such, then be sure there's something wrong. This mental projection is a myth and is a linear movement that leads us nowhere. We think, go on imagining, putting theories, dogmas, go to a point and then again we recoil. And that's why everything like that has come to an end and is coming to an end and will come to an end. So, what should we do if it is not the mental conception? What else is the reality? The reality is within you, the Spirit, the reflection of God Almighty in your heart. This reflection exists. It is there. It is a witness of what you are doing. It is all the time luminous, but is not yet felt in the central nervous system, in the sense it has not entered into your conscious mind, into your attention. It is not available to you on your central nervous system. You can feel this beautiful instrument, but you cannot feel your spirit. But many also believe that we've got already. Many I have met, they said we have got already the spirit. But the spirit, when it manifests into your attention, it has certain qualities that automatically exhibit through your behavior, through your life, through the whole being that you are. So if you believe that some sort of a self-certificate we take upon ourselves and go ahead with it, then we are all right. Then I must say that you have to develop a very scientific and open-mindedness about Sahaja. Sahaja Yoga means Saha means with, Ja means born. It is born with you. It is spontaneous. People can't understand that you cannot pay for your evolution. What did we pay for our evolution so far? You cannot cash it. Just think of it. We take everything for granted. Look at our eyes. Look at ourselves. We are such a great computer made by God that if you see something, you see it. You don't have to think, but a computer has to think. So you can imagine how great we are. Such a computer will not be made in thousands of years, whatever you may try. And such a great thing that we are is made out of us without taking any money, without any effort. We did not put in any effort. We have become human beings effortless. So it has to be effortless. It has to be something evolving. It has to be something higher. It cannot be something like a pendulous movement that today, if you are following Christianity, now you're fed up with the churches, so you go to the Hinduism, you become a Hindu, then you're fed up with that, then you become Islam, and then you go from there to the Buddhist and this and that. It cannot be a movement which is pendulum-like, which moves from one to another. But it has to be a movement where your attention moves spirally higher. It's very interesting to see that spiral movement itself is a very big sustenance within. For example, if you see the peptones in the pancreas, which look after the digestion of the sugar, when they become linear, when their movement becomes linear, then they lose all their biological qualities. So when we too become linear, we lose our biological qualities. Now biological quality means living qualities within us. So we have to have the sustenance within us built like a spiral has. If you see a spiral or a spring, it has got that strength within us itself, built it innately inside, that it can withstand the weight of a person. This kind of a thing is built in within us, that sustenance, that personality within us. And this personality has to move spirally to come higher than what it is. Now, as you know, there are people in this world who have come. They think that religion or God is one of the things which is sellable in the market. And the people who believe in it also, I can't understand that how can you sell God in the market, or how can you organize God? It is beyond human understanding and comprehension that we can organize God. But that is what it is. But there are people who are seeing through this game and the gimmicks of it, and they are trying to understand that there has to be something higher, a greater life, without going through all these rigmaroles. Now we have some people I met the other day of the philosophers who are Jungians, and I was surprised that their idea about human being is quite confused. Though Jung himself was a realized soul of a very high level, But perhaps he jumped on the stage and then he did not know how the stage was made so perfectly. And he lived very little after that. So the idea that he has given is rather confusing. He said that within us is the unconscious first, then the part that will become the conscious out of the unconscious, then the subconscious. And then on top of that the subconscious is the conscious mind, and on top of it is the ego. Now this looks like a mixed bag, you see, all put together. If you have to travel, you mix up everything like that. But you can see one thing clearly, how beautifully we are organized. After all, the greatest organizer is such a wise person. He is not going to put one on top of another. For example, if somebody has to enter here, you will leave the space for the people to come in. You won't put all your luggage, everything in between, so that you have to pass through them, cover them, and come to the main. So this is the trouble, is that such a confusion existed in the West about the human being and the unconscious, and the people started going into the subconscious, thinking going into the subconscious is the only way you can go to the unconscious. It was such a mixed bag, I must say. And I was shocked when I saw the diagram. I said, this is the reason why all these thugs have come from India to loot you and to disturb you. That's why the fake gurus have come, and so many of your also fake gurus are here to make money out of it. Now see how beautifully you are organized. In the center is the present. All right. The center, as you see, the central part is absolutely open. And on the right hand side, you find, on the right hand side, if you see clearly, is another channel which caters to your future, to your supraconscious area, to your collective supraconscious area. And to the left hand side is your subconscious, and below, away from that, on the left hand side is collective subconscious. So you have got already so well arranged, the whole thing is, that if you do not go to extremes and keep a moderate life, you are in the center. Your attention is in the center. But if you move to left or to the right too much, then naturally you have the problems either of the supraconscious or of the subconscious. But otherwise the path that is in the center is beautifully kept, absolutely clean. Now the centers, as you were describing, are something like this, as you see here. You see the vertebrae and the centers are like this. So the left and the right, both of them meet like this. They move spirally in the sense that the movement comes up here, goes up again, then again center is formed, another is formed by these two channels which manifest outside as sympathetic nervous system. Now these centers, when they are used too much on the left or the right, they break. And once they break, the attention starts moving towards the left or to the right. And that's how we get affected by the subconscious or by the supraconscious. And when we get affected, we don't know what to do about it. And we think that we are achieving sensations now going towards the reality. While reality is here. This is the seat of reality, but the reality that is the spirit resides in your heart. This is the seat. And when this power which is there, which is the Kundalini, this is the power which is called as Asas in Quran. Christ has said also, I will appear before you like tongues of flames. Also you must have heard about the tree of life. This is the tree of life which is to be enlightened. And this tree of life gets enlightened when this special thing called Kundalini is a special power within us, rises and awakens. You'll be amazed that with your naked eyes you can see the pulsation of this. You can see the pulsation rising. You can see the pulsation reaching here. With the stethoscope you can clearly hear the lap, dap, lap, dap, as you hear the heart. Ultimately that breaks here. And when it breaks, you start feeling the cool breeze in the hand of the Holy Ghost. You start feeling it in your hand. This is something so natural, so living. This you cannot do. I've seen people jumping. I said, what happened? He said, our Guru has awakened our Kundalini. Why are you jumping like a frog? Are you going to become a frog? They said, we have to become frog, then earthworms, then amoeba, then we'll become better. Now, are we to become like that? We should use our brains and don't put them in the corner. God has given us logic to understand that we have to become something higher and not some sort of a frog or some sort of a recluse or some sort of a stupid person standing in the corner begging for money. We have to become a higher personality with a higher dimension in which you become collectively conscious. That's what has to happen to us, which is also talked of by Jung. Thank God, he's prepared a lot of stage for us. But still, as he had very little life after his realization, it was not so clear. So one must understand that the path of our realization is absolutely clear, through which this Kundalini has to rise. Now what is this Kundalini, one may ask? Kundalini is the desire within us which is absolutely pure. All other desires within us are impure, because whatever you try to have now today, supposing you want to have a car, you buy a car. Then you want to have a house. Then you want to have helicopter. Then an aeroplane. God knows how it goes on. So these desires cannot be pure. Otherwise you would be satisfied. You would be finished with them. But you are not. Also in economics it is said that desires in general are not satiable. So the desires that we have always lead to problems. That's why Buddha said that better not have any desires, because ultimately when all desires finish, then this pure desire will rise and awaken. But now we have a unique method, a very unique method, by which first you are awakened, first you are enlightened. You can think today's Sahaja Yoga is something marvelous, because what happens that your light or your lamp is enlightened. It is not that first you clean the lamp, clean everything, do everything for ages, for lives together, the cleansing. You just first have the light. Once you have the light, then you start seeing the darkness that is surrounding you. You start seeing all the filth that is settled on the chimney of that lamp. And you start cleaning it. You start understanding this body as a separate thing from yourself, and you see that you are the flame, and this lamp has to be cleansed. If you have to give the light, this has to be cleansed. It could be like this: supposing something goes wrong with your car, then you have to get out of the car to clean it. Supposing you start cleaning it when you are in the car, you cannot do. But if you get out of it, you can clean it, you can repair it, and you can see for yourself what's wrong with you. So today's Sahaja Yoga has that uniqueness that first you get out of it. But when I say this, there could be many others who will try to make some sort of another sensation for you. Like some people told me that they met somebody and they just got stunned. I said, stunning is not the way knowledge is going to be. Anybody can stun you, even if you take a vodka. I mean, people who have never taken, you can be stunned. I have seen people taking vodka, they were just stunned. See? So that's not the way it should be. Some people think that they have got some sort of a peace. Peace may be because you are so stunned that you don't think about it. But that is not the way. That is not the way to be done. It is to be done in a way, it should be a mastery for you. You should be a master. I'll give an example of a car, a motor car. We have got a brake and we have got what you call the accelerator. Like that we have two powers within us, the left and the right. Left power is the power of our desire and the right is the power of our action. So the left deals with our emotions and the right deals with our physical work and our mental work. So when these two are there, we start using these two things like brake and accelerator when we start learning about the car. First we put it into balance and we start understanding how they work out. Once you learn it, automatically you don't think about it. You just become thoughtless about it and you start doing it well. But you know what they are. After that, once it is done, there is the master sitting at the back seat. Then you jump to the master seat and you start seeing the driver and the brake and the accelerator within you. And as a master, you correct. This is what is self-realization. So many people don't understand. They say if it is enlightenment, then it should come as a big light to us. Now seeing light means you are not like the light. If I see the light, means I am not the light. The light doesn't see itself, does it? So that is what one should understand. That seeing something, somebody sees the light, somebody sees that gives you no knowledge, in the sense the knowledge is nothing but what you can feel on your central nervous system itself is the knowledge. And that's how you have achieved in your evolution. Like a dog can go through a dirty lane. It doesn't smell anything, it doesn't mind any sort of a smell. But a human being cannot. So in our evolution, our central nervous system has developed, and on that central nervous system, we can feel the knowledge. Like if this is hot or cold, we can feel it on our central nervous system. In the same way, on our fingertips, we should be able to feel the other people, who they are, and ourselves. Muhammad Sahib has said in Quran very clearly that at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. Your fingertips will tell you what it is. He said it clearly. And you'll be amazed, in Quran it's more described is the resurrection time. But they talk of the doomsday, because that's the best way to impress people and frighten them, so that all of them give their money away and just prepare themselves for the doomsday. It's a very common thing that people do to others to frighten them. Now the dooms are going to come, so you better pay off your debts to us, because we are not going to be doomed. So at least we'll recommend you to God, and you might be saved. All these tricks we should get out of, and must understand that whatever has to happen happens within our self-knowledge, in the sense that on the central nervous system we feel what we have achieved. Now this is to be decoded. Once the Kundalini rises and pierces through your fontanelle bone area, you get the real baptism. It is not artificial that somebody puts water on your head, the child is screaming, and you say, oh, he is being baptized. This is nothing, it's all artificial. You can see for yourself. But it's the actualization of the thing takes place with your own eyes. You can see it rises up and comes up, and you start feeling the cool breeze. Now this Kundalini that is here is the one which is the reflection of the Holy Ghost. Now what is the Holy Ghost? In the Bible it is said that it's a mysterious thing. But in other scriptures you can understand better about the Holy Ghost is the mother, is the primordial mother. Now just imagine we accept so many things blindfolded, like we have a father and we have a son without a mother. Can you think of such a happening, that a father is having a son without a mother? But they wanted to keep the women out, perhaps at that time, so they said, better not talk of the Holy Ghost, it's a mystery. See, Holy Ghost is a mystery. But now, the time of Aquarian, this is that Aquarian age has come, this is the Aquarius, is the Kumbha, we call it in Sanskrit language, is that the nourishing part of it, the nourishing that we have to do, that special quality of nourishment that exists within us, like the Holy Ghost, as I told you, the Kundalini. This motherly quality within us has to rise now to nourish ourselves and to nourish all the rest of the world. This is possible, very simple it is. It has to be extremely simple. Whatever is vital is extremely simple. People can't believe it. It is so fantastic to believe that you are so great, you are so glorious, that you can become the nourishing, soothing, and the beautiful, relaxing force. People can't believe it, because they themselves are so agitated that they can't believe that they can become like that. But in a village, if you take in India, say a transistor, and tell them that this transistor is going to work out a huge big program, and you are going to see some play and all that. They say, this box, as we call ourselves a box only. Is this the box going to do such a thing? Yes, it can. And when they put to the mains, you start seeing the manifestation of that. So you are all ready for it. Only thing, it has to be put to the mains and it starts manifesting. And when it starts manifesting, you'll be amazed at yourself. You won't believe it. It's so great. And the time has come, because you all have to get it. The time has come. As far as I am concerned, I would say I'm just like a banker. You have to cash your checks with me, and lots of money is given at a very high rate of exchange, I should say, that you get really blessed now. This is the time has come for you to cash it. I have nothing to do with it. Actually, it's like a catalytic agent, you can say, or you can say a light which is ready. Any candle which is ready can be enlightened by another candle which is ready. So just that enlightened candle can just pass that light to other lights which are not enlightened, for which you don't have to pay me, you don't have to feel obliged in any way, dominated or anything. It's a very simple method by which you get your realization. I have come to Canada to give you this message that the time has come for you to get your lights enlightened and to feel your absolute being and to know that you are the instrument of God, and He is so anxious to communicate this great power of His love to the whole world, and that you have to now enter into the kingdom of God. May God bless you. We'll have program day after tomorrow, then I'll elaborately tell you more about it, but I would like to have some questions from you. Last time when I came, I had some very aggressive people for nothing at all, because they have established their organizations here and they're identified with them and they're making money out of that, and they get angry with me. But they should not worry. I'm not bothered about people who are attached to any organizations, can go to that organization, do what they like. As far as I am concerned, I'm here just to give enlightenment to people who want it. And it has nothing to do with the people who do not want it. So those who do not want need not bother about it. May God bless you. Yes.
When has written once, will it rise again?
Kundalini has risen once, will it rise again?
Yes, Kundalini rises. First of all, it's like many strands of energy put together, and one strand first rises slowly. Sometimes it could be 3-4 strands, but in a split of a second they come up here. But if there are obstructions in between, then they stop it. Then they try to increase the size of the chakras by, supposing it is all closed, you see, they try to open it. Then she comes up again, and again she cleanses, and again she goes down and comes up. But once you have touched here, it can go back and look after the places where you have got problems, because it is a nourishing quality. But you must learn how to keep it there and how to be there. It's like this, that first when the seed is sprouting, just sprouting by the living process, then you have to look after the seedling. In the same way, you have to look after. Even the light, a candle, when you enlighten, first you have to look after it. In the same way, you have to look after it for a month or so, and once it is settled there, and you become a realized soul. Then you have to learn what it is, how to handle it, how to maneuver it, how to raise it. This is called as true knowledge, Shuddha Vidya. It's pure knowledge. And this pure knowledge, you can get it again without paying anything for it. So that's what you have to know. So Kundalini can be risen again and again, and can be brought to the point where you need nourishment by proper understanding. But ultimately it settles down there. But gradually, as you grow more and more, as the tree grows, the sap rises more and more. In the same way, it rises more and more strands come up, and then you achieve a state which we call as Nirvikalpa Samadhi, a state where we call it as doubtless awareness. Before that is the thoughtless awareness, where you just have no thoughts in your mind. When it rises above this, you just feel there is no thought for a while. Then that expands, that present position expands, and you will start living in the present. Gradually, then you develop into the other stage where we call it as the doubtless awareness, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. At that stage you can give realizations, you can cure people, you can nourish others. Now this Dr. Warren, who is here, has given realization to I don't know how many thousands in Australia. The Graham who spoke to you has given realizations to many people in England. So you can do it yourself. You become the master of this car.
When you feel if your company rises and then it blocks and you feel a burning sensation, what is that burning? Is that just burning off the drops?
Should not burn, because if it is burning, there's something wrong in the rising of the Kundalini. You see, what happens that when anything burning and all these things come up, that means the man who has done this is not authorized at all. He's done a wrong thing. Because we have in this, you see, below the Kundalini lies a center which is very important, which is governed by the center of innocence. And those who are not authorized try to raise the Kundalini. Then the heat from this center rises and you can develop all kinds of funny things, like I have seen people with blisters around their body and all that. But a person who is authorized, who knows how to do the job, knows how to handle the Kundalini. Now what happens that if you say put your fingers into these sockets and say I get a shock, that means you don't know, and the one who has told is wrong. But it is, I must tell you, Kundalini never gives you heat. It is the friction of the sympathetic nervous system that gives you heat, and tremendous heat, and people suffer a lot. And you must know she is your mother. She is there to soothe you, to cool you down, and not to give you heat. So this must be because somebody must have done it wrongly to you.
What if you're just doing it, you're meditating yourself and that happens?
Was it?
If you're meditating yourself and that happens, what does it mean?
That means that you don't know how to do it. You see, you cannot meditate yourself. Supposing I myself don't know anything about this instrument, if I try to do something I may get a shock. You see, you don't know the job. You must know it through somebody who knows the job. And the job is done like anybody who teaches you without any money, without any trouble, and with all affection and compassion is your person who is going to tell you. And once he tells you, you learn it and you can tell others also. So if you have all these problems, that means there's something wrong with it. And this is the trouble is people have written books. You see. I was surprised there is a book, I have seen of a book, the fellow got a heat and all those things and he written that his Kundalini is awakened. It is never so. You see, this is all about 100 years back at the most we can say, or 60 years back. All these pseudo Kundalini experts, pseudo all sorts of people came up, you see, and they are talking about these things. These are very dangerous things. One should never play with it. And if you see to the traditional thing that has been in thousands of years we have had, nobody has written that it is dangerous to raise the Kundalini, because nobody would dare do it. You see, they would say, we don't know, we have to learn it from a guru who is a realized soul. But mostly the gurus who are in the market are neither realized nor they have any compassion. They have only interest is your money. That's all. They are demonic people. And when they try to do such a thing, you get into problem. And when you try to do it, also you will be in trouble, and in a very greater trouble sometimes. Because the thing you spoil is a complete right side of your white system by which you develop another destructive forces in your head, which I'll tell you later on in next lecture.
So you will then tell us how to express it. That
yes, we will. That's simple to put it back. All right, that can be brought round.
She's going to give you the experience.
I'll give you the experience tonight.
tonight?
Yes, tonight if you want it. Okay.
Nick, any other questions?
What about the diet?
What about diet?
In Sahaja Yoga, to begin with, I don't say anything. First let you have your own candle in light, your lamp in light. I don't say don't do this, don't do that, don't smoke, don't do nothing. Now when you get it, then you start understanding on your fingertips where is the problem, what chakras are catching. Then you know also how to clear it out. About the diet, you don't have to worry about it. We'll let you know because every individual has a different problem. So we depend on the carbohydrates and proteins and things Supposing if you have to have carbohydrates, you have to have carbohydrates. If you have to have proteins, you have to have proteins. But that we deal separately once you get your realization. First you must have the light. First you must feel the existence of light, and then in that light you should see where is the problem. According to the problem, we'll tell you what asana to be done or what exercise to be done. Even this Hatha Yoga is another madness because it is indiscriminate. Absolutely. Everybody is doing every sort of thing, like taking the whole medicine box. See? So according to the need of a person, whatever type of a person is, we'll tell you the diet for short time. Once you are come to the balance, you are in the center, then you can eat everything properly. There's no problem on that.
If there are no more questions, she can give you the experience.
Who was that you said prepared the way and God got your courtesy with your realized?
Say again, please.
In her lecture, she said that someone was.
Can you get a please?
Talk about young who died.
Oh,
Soon after realization.
yes. He's asking the question, who was it that died just soon after he got his realization? You were speaking of Jung.
No, Jung. Not just after, but he didn't have much time because most of his time was spent with Freud to begin with. And then afterwards, when he deviated from Freud, then Jung got his realization. And after realization, he didn't have so much time, but he changed the complete entire concept of Jung philosophy, and he talked about realization, about self, about the matrix and all that. But still, I would say, to find it out, what was the thing inside, first of all, he has nothing available. Naturally, he went to Indian books, and there he found only these tantrikas giving all kinds of funny books to him and all these haphazard things. And so he must have not understood that part so well. So the understanding about human being was little bit jumbled up. Jung, who was a disciple of Freud first, who deviated from him and started a new theory of Jung.
Are you the same Mataji that Yogananda wrote about that was Babaji?
Now, if you don't bring those people in between, because you must use your brains, again I'll say, for all of them. Before going to any one of these people, you must find out what their disciples have achieved. That's the best way. Secondly, now Mahesh Yogi says that he can make you fly. I mean, you make him fly first of all. Before paying him $6,000. It's better ask him to fly. Use this Tower of Pisa. Yeah, I would say that. He's got 6,000 crores of rupees in India itself. What have you done with your money? Just think of it. And he giggles at you. They have befooled you completely. I must admit, and I take the responsibility as an Indian, but I came to America much before them. I came in 1973, nobody would accept me. They would not look at me, nothing of the kind. Now, of course, I met them because they have suffered. They believe in guru shopping, it's a ego thing, you see, like we have different handles for our house and different tiles, they wanted to have different gurus to tell them. So they went from one to another and another, and now are settled down with all kinds of troubles. Use your brains.
When you said the energy, the kundalini comes up and if it hits a block, it goes back down and it comes up again.
Yes, we should know how to raise it again, how to remove. You see, you become yourself a master of it. You know how to remove the blockade, you know how to raise it. That's what you have to learn after realization. That's all. You have to it's a very simple thing. You learn it because you feel it. You see inside, when the light comes in, you can feel your blocks and you can feel the blocks of others.
There isn't pain when it hits that block.
No, nothing. It doesn't pain much. No. Little bit it tells you, because you see, Kundalini is your mother. She is your mother. individual mother. She loves you. She has loved you all her life. And she now is anxious to give you your second birth. And how can she hurt you? She doesn't hurt you. But of course she informs you that here is the blockade, clear it. My child, clear it. It's like that. But it's very simple. It's nothing dangerous. There's no danger. But how much it is blissful, how much it nourishes you, can't imagine. All your diseases like cancer and these AIDS and all these useless diseases can be cured. Mentally you can be cured, so many mad people can be cured. Not only that, but spiritually you get the bliss. And then you become empowered to use this power. That's what, it gives you the meaning of your life. Actually it is that, of your creation.
I haven't learnt anything tonight. What is the reason for that?
I heard.
She's going to give you the experience of self-realization. Just take a seat.
How did he say he didn't hear?
It's all right, Mataji.
Now you have asked so many questions, my child. Will you have now realization? Better. There's no question. You see, there's no argument about it. Actually, I would say that I don't guarantee it. If it works out, well and good. If it doesn't work out, again I'll work it out. But it's not a guarantee. So you better be in a mood of receiving it than in questioning too much. Because arguments you may not get. By talking, you will not get. Is the actualization, again I'm saying, is the happening. So unnecessarily, why ask questions? It's only your mind is playing with you. But if you have some sensible questions, of course you should. I don't want to stop you from asking, otherwise you'll say that mother gives us no freedom. You see, freedom. I don't want to have that. Yes, my child. Yeah.
Those blocks you're referring to, the same ones referred to when he talked about rebirthing, there in the wall.
Are those blocks the same things as referred to in rebirthing? You probably haven't heard it's a modern technique in the West whereby we're supposed to go back through our birth experiences.
No.
And it's a therapist who does the job.
You see, that is the trouble. Is the therapist also, God save you from that. It's a fashion. I tell you really, why are you wasting your time with them? In India, if somebody goes to therapist, nobody will marry that person will be fired. It's absurd. Why should you go? You are normal people. Why should you go to a therapist? It's all wrong. Because I showed you just now that the left is on the left side, right is on the right side. To just go in the center. They can't believe there could be someone like me. You see, who doesn't take any money with therapist. They told me $50, $60 for 1 hour. I said, for what? Just for what? What have they done? You see, they take you to experience. Why? What's the use? Why don't you think about it? It's, I think, too much money sometimes. Thank God we don't have so much money.
Why do you say we shouldn't have desires?
Why do you say we shouldn't have desires?
No, I didn't say that. Buddha said it. I didn't say that. You have whatever you like. I said Buddha, not me. That's a very hazardous path. You see, not to have desires, you will go mad. I didn't say that. I just said that you just become the spirit. Then you do everything and you are detached. It's a drama. It's a joke. The life becomes just a play. You start seeing it. You are in it and you are out of it.
Can this Kundalini rise in children?
Of course, children are the best. It rises just like this in children. It settles down once for all. Not only, but so many children who are realized souls are born on this earth these days. It's a very great time, very precarious time. Great people are born. So many children are born as realized souls. Children are the best.
When Jesus was conceived of the Holy Spirit, and the heavens were opened, that's the Kundalini thing. Same thing with the Kundalini.
When he spoke of the heavens being opened, When Jesus spoke of the heavens being opened and all of these things, was that the Kundalini?
Absolutely.
So he was 33. Is there a special age? Is it then we should explain?
He was 33. Is there a special age?
You didn't allow him to live. What to do? Very serious problem is this, that human beings can't bear truth. They can't bear. All those people have suffered. Only they like all the people who are fake. They like fake things, plastic. So many real saints have been burnt to death, given poison, been tortured. In their lifetime nobody bothered. How many stood by him when he was crucified? Doesn't matter. He's done a great job of the Agya Chakra, which I'll tell you what he's done. That's the gate he's described. The destination is here though.
Yes.
I thought I heard the first one to Mataji. That you mean that was a transcendental meditation?
Yes.
Or did you overvalue?
She thought she heard you use the name of Maharishi and TM. Do you think that's overvalued?
I'm not quite sure.
Overvalued? It's you people don't know anything. That's very naive. Very naive people. He can't get one single pie in India. The Indians don't. Indians have innate education. Innate education. They understand better. Of course, not the Indians who have come from there to here. They might be uprooted people. They have no cultural background, maybe, whatever it is. But the Indians, no. Nobody is going to have him there. Nobody bothered. In India, he has to spend money to get people. He pays money to the servants to come to his program. You are naive, I would say. You don't know. And they are over clever.
She's asking whether it's of value, whether what he offers is of value.
You are not listening to me what I am saying. It has no value at all. It has a value by which perhaps maybe you will know it is complete darkness. Darkness has a value to see the light sometimes. It's horrible, it is horrible. I have known one gentleman who came to me who was the director of the Academy of TM, director of the Flying Academy in Roanoke, in Scotland. See, his name was Peter Pierce. He was a diamond merchant. His wife was the granddaughter of a duke. And they came to me at the time when they were absolutely broke. They had lost everything. They were on the streets. The daughter had epilepsy, the lady had epilepsy, he had epilepsy. And the amount of things he has done to them, they said, is very common. And you will yourself know gradually what harm he has done to people.
Any other questions?
Well, I did meditation for 8 months and did a lot of good.
If you have done it, we'll see that. We'll have to cure it. You see, he spoils this center very much, this center on the left hand side. And you see, you must understand that he doesn't even know Sanskrit. He gives a mantra. One mantra means the tail of a inga. It means the tail of a scorpion. Then he gives a mantra tinga, means if you show this to someone, tinga, what do you say? Showing a thumb is tinga. Ing is not a gerund in Sanskrit language. And mantras cannot be given on a particular thing like I give you one mantra, cannot be. You will see that these different centers have got different deities, and on whatever center this Kundalini is waiting, you have to know the mantra of that particular center to awaken it. It's very simple. Very simple it is to understand that how can you just give one mantra? Because there are so many deities within you and they are to be awakened. If they are to be awakened, they must be given a particular attention at that center to raise it. The best part of it you must understand, they never talk of Christ. What about Antichrist? Who are the Antichrist? They never talk of Christ. Leave alone everything. You had such a great personality like Christ to follow. They won't talk. Because if they talk about him, all this will fall off in no time. Still the questions are. Let's first day.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about the third eye?
Can you tell him something about the third eye?
Third eye is the center of Agya Chakra. I'm going to tell you about Christ in my next lecture. There I will describe to you what it is. Alright? But to see the third eye means your obtuse angle you have got. If you see something, then you are not there. When you enter through the third eye, then you don't see it. You become. Becoming is the point. You are all very intelligent people. Very intelligent. But only trouble is that you do not know how these people are good at befooling. Because they know you are naive. Or also they know that you are in a jumble and that you are seekers and ardently seekers. Seeking. You are seriously seeking. That's why they have taken advantage of you. No doubt. Doesn't matter. Whatever has happened, forget it. Everything is forgiven in Sahaja Yoga. Everything is forgiven, you don't have, forget it and don't have to remember even what you did. We'll work it out. That's a promise. Alright?
Okay, let's have it. Everybody slip the shoes off.
What is it? Just take out your shoes because that gives us help from the Mother Earth. The nice we are down below here. Good idea.
Sit for a little while.
Yes, I would love to.
I'm glad that you brought the subject on the third eye. The Bible said if our third eye is single, our whole body will be light.
What she
I
said?
didn't know that was in the Bible too.
What is it? What is?
Sorry, I missed the
The
quotation.
Bible wrote about the third eye. If our eye be single, our whole body be light.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true.
That's it.
That's what has happened. It's true. But their body doesn't get light, you see. The body becomes like a frost ball, out of their control. I'll talk about Agya Chakra. Agya is too much. I better talk about Agya Chakra because that will make you lighter also. This is the center, which is, you see here, where the two sympathetic end up here. We call it the Hamsa Chakra. And where these two balloon-like things, one is the ego, another is the superego, just go in contact with each other. There is no space in between. So a personality like Christ was created, who is nothing but the all-pervading power itself, or the essence of it, who cannot die. Nothing can kill him. Krishna has said it. Nainam chidanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka. Nothing can kill him. He was the embodiment of that Chaitanya, that Brahma. He came on this earth. And it is only he could resurrect himself. So at this cross, he passed through that and established himself there. And that is what is the center, which the people call as third eye. And when it is awakened, you feel absolutely light. They say that he died for our sins. That means he died for our karmas. What happens that when it is awakened, the center is awakened actually, then both the things, ego and superego, are sucked in. When they are sucked in, you find the fontanelle bone area becomes soft. And you feel the cool breeze coming out of it. After some time, you feel that I has been lost. Then you talk in a third person. You say that mother, the kundalini is not rising, it is not working, it is not coming. You never say I am doing it. It's not working out. This finger is catching, this finger is catching. In a third person you start saying. And you become absolutely light. Because he sucks in the ego and the superego within you. And that's the center. Right? It's correct. Every word in the Bible is correct, but not St. Paul. He's no good.
Those that haven't slipped their shoes off, you would put your hands on your lap, just extend them out, open
But
your
put
feet.
your feet on the floor nicely. I mean, so they touch the mother earth. Just put your hands straight. Just stretching. And don't you worry, whatever guru, everything you have done, I said that you forget it completely now. Don't worry. You have to be in the present. Forget the past. First thing you must do is to forgive yourself and don't feel guilty. That is one thing you tell yourself 10 times, that you are not guilty at all. At this moment you are in the present, not in the past. That's a fashion to feel guilty in the West. Indians never feel guilty. That's the trouble with them. You should not feel guilty at all. Please, today you should not feel guilty. And you should say, before doing meditation, I am not guilty at all.
Not too close.
Normally, the kundalini rises absolutely spontaneously, just like the seed sprouting. But as you know that the Western people are rather complicated. They think too much of the future. So we have to little bit maneuver and give some strength to our different chakras. If we can do that, it will help us better. So for that we have to use our right hand, and left hand is the desire to be realized, to be one with the divine, to be in yoga. So put your left hand towards me and close your eyes. Please don't open your eyes till I tell you, because the agya, like this. Put this left hand towards me like this on the lap, just like this. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. Sit comfortably, straight. Little straight. Keep your neck straight. Neither bend nor. Don't slouch. That won't help. Sit comfortably, straight. Don't slouch back.
Close your right hand when you're doing
He just has to quickly go to the bathroom.
Huh? All right.
He wants to have it, but he just has to go up.
All right. Come along. Come back.
You close
Sorry.
your right hand when you're doing that?
Left hand on your lap. All right. Nicely on left hand. And now you put your right hand on your heart. And keep your eyes shut, because Kundalini won't rise if your eyes are not closed. It's a happening within. Then you put up this lightest torch. It's all right. You put up both. Just a minute now. My child, later on. Just put left hand towards me, like this, all right? Like left hand towards me on your lap, all right? And right hand on your heart. Now I don't have to tell you where your heart is. On the left hand side is the heart. Put your right hand on the heart. Keep your eyes shut. Left hand towards me, and both the feet should touch the Mother Earth, should be separately placed. Both the feet separate. keep your eyes shut. That's all. Keep your eyes shut. Please don't open them. Don't turn your neck up and down. Try to keep it straight for a short time. Now the right hand is on the heart. In the heart resides our spirit. So first, you may ask a question to me. My name is Shri Mataji. If you can't say that, you can call me Mother. You can say, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask a question in your heart. Sincerely ask a question, Mother, am I the spirit? Which you are. But that's an absolute truth. The heart is on the left-hand side. Press it hard a little. Ask sincerely, not in a shallow way, but sincerely ask, Mother, am I the spirit? Now put this right hand down without opening your eyes on your stomach on the left hand side. Put this right hand on the left hand side of your stomach and press it a little. This is the principle of the primordial master which we have to nourish. All those who have done mistakes in their pursuits can correct it. Now at this point you must know if you are the spirit, you are the master. So you have to assert with full confidence. Say it with full confidence, Mother, I am my own master. I am my own guru. I am my own guide. Say this 10 times. With full confidence, you are. You will know you are. Stretch your left hand a little bit. Stretch your left hand a little bit so that the fingers are towards me. Now, you raise. Please don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty about anything. That is the past. Don't feel guilty. That's very important. The whole obstruction is on that point. So please don't feel guilty. If you want to have your realization, know that you are sitting in the present. Now raise this hand again onto the heart. Again without feeling guilty, with full confidence. Say, Mother, I am the Spirit. Say it 12 times. Beautiful. Please don't doubt yourself. Say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. Don't doubt yourself. Again, without feeling guilty, you put your hand on the back of your head without feeling guilty. Back of your head. Here, without feeling guilty again, You have to just say that, "Oh Lord, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me," without feeling guilty. Still the block is there about feeling guilty. See, you bring this hand down onto your shoulder and next to your neck, on the left hand side, onto the left hand side. We are working on the left hand side, everything. On the left hand side from the front, hold it tight, hold it tight. On the left hand side, put your hand from the front. From the front, you put your left hand side on the neck, base of the neck and the shoulder. Pull it up. This is the point. Now say 16 times, "Mother, I am not guilty." And if you go on with that again, say 32 times or maybe 108 times. What is there to feel guilty? What have you done? If you were guilty, you would have been in jail, not here. Not to feel guilty at all, please. Say it 16 times. Now put your right hand on your forehead across, and at this point you forgive everyone. Across. Put it across. The whole hand should be parallel to the ground. Put it across. Across in the sense put all the fingers on your forehead. And now at this point you have to say, "Mother, I forgive everyone." From your heart. Again without feeling guilty. Because to forgive means you are not in the myth. If you don't forgive, it's a myth. And you are playing into it, into the hands of others. Now put your hand on top of your head, your palm, hold it and press it on top of your head and press it little hard and try to move it clockwise, your scalp. At this point, I cannot cross your freedom. I cannot say that you get your realization or anything. You have to accept. You have to ask for it. You have to say you want it. So at this point, 7 times you should say, "Mother, I want my realization. Please give me my self-realization. I want my real baptism. Please give it." Now turn it 7 times clockwise.
A little bit on the right side stroke. Right, sister.
Right, sister.
Yes.
So that's right. Please be seated, madam. Please be seated. Don't disturb others. Now raise your left hand and put your right hand down on top of your head and see if there's cool breeze coming out. But put right hand towards me. Please put the right hand towards me. Raise your hand little higher. Put right hand stretched towards me, please. Right hand stretched towards me. Now, the way you are stretching your left hand, you put your right hand towards me. Raise your hand about 5 inches higher. Raise it higher, let me see. Now you can change your hand. Put your left hand on your lap and see with your right hand. See with your right hand. Place your right hand on top of your head and see. Little higher. Maybe little heat you might feel near the head. You can change hand again. That's good. So many have felt it. Now, take down your hands slowly and sit comfortably with closed eyes for the time being. Now don't think. There is no thought. Open your eyes slowly. Slowly. Don't think. There is no thought. Now watch me without thinking. I will now also teach you how to raise your own Kundalini. You must know how to do it. And then you will know where is the problem is. What you have to do is, first of all, to understand this is the left hand which is the power of desire. So put it before your Kundalini while sitting down, just like this. And then you have to move the right hand up, front, below, backward, like that. You have to move it till you come to the head. Now let's do it that way. It's quite hot. Now, start. Let's move the hand around like this. Let's take it up. Let it go up. Make your hands loose. And now, give it a twist, a nice twist, and tie it up. Again. Beautiful. It's moving very fast. Now take it up. Now, give it a twist. Now, knot. Third time you have to give 3 knots. Take it up on the head. Now put back your head and 1, 2, 3. Now see in your hand if you feel the cool breeze. Don't think about it. Feeling? Slowly. It's very subtle. It's a subtle thing. Now you can raise your hands towards the sky like this and put your head like that and ask a question, Mother, is this the breeze of the Holy Ghost? Thrice you ask a question. You feel the breeze in the hands. Put your hands back and your head back. Now see for yourself. There's no air conditioner or anything, don't worry. Just see. Feeling very relaxed also. Right? It's better. Now one thing more, we must learn how to give protection to ourselves. I'm here for a short time, so in this short time I have to tell you many things, but we have a center here where you can learn everything about it. We have a very nice center and people who know about it, people have come all the way from England and from Australia, and we have some people here. So now, for you to know how to give yourself a protection is very important. Now put your left hand like this, and with the right hand you put like this to your aura. Then again back is 1 now. Then again back is 2. Again back is 3. Again back is 4. On overhead you should take it. 5. 6 and 7. Now see. Here it is. To go. Now better? Don't think.